This has been my night, and I'm not done yet. Well, here goes try number 3. This third pulley. Here's what the clearance looks like. Turned out pretty good. We'll show you something that I love to see. The silhouette of my Jeep in the garage getting work done. So 3 weeks from now I'm heading out on a trip to Wellsville to finally hopefully do some what I would call real off-roading with the Jeep. So one of the big things that I need to do is steering. I don't have any hydraulic assist and 40-inch tires. Those don't mix well together. So a few months ago I bought this. Let me get that out of the box, hang on. So this is the PSC big bore gearbox. I mean, look at, this is the size of the intermediate shaft. This is the new Fitment arm, because you can't run a standard Fitment arm because this is so much larger. So I'm going to get that on tonight. It has hydraulic ports that can do my hydro assist there. That's my clamp for my hydro assist. I still got to buy my Ram yet and get hoses. But my big question is if this gearbox is going to fit up in there with my LS swap. That pulley is pretty darn tight. So hopefully with this new box being so much larger, we're not going to have fitment issues. So what's involved in getting the old gearbox off? You need to tie your steering up inside the vehicle so it doesn't want to spin if you don't break your clock spring. Then come underneath here or through your wheel well, take out this 13mm bolt for your steering shaft. After that, come and you can just remove the steering at the Fitment arm here. Don't need to worry about getting this off, which sometimes can be a pain because you got a new Fitment arm you're going to be putting on, so no big deal. Then after that, I usually come out here and I drop these bolts out here. Let that gearbox drop down a little bit and you can access the power steering lines a lot easier. So just a real quick rundown of what it takes to get that out of there. Real simplified. Probably the hardest part is when that thing goes to come out, it's going to be nice and heavy. Even worse yet is this new one going in is going to be a pain. So usually the JK gearbox comes out pretty easy. When there's an LS in the way, not so much. This has been my night, and I'm not done yet. Night 2 after work, I'm out here and got this gearbox out. You can see the new one is massively bigger. So I'm going to take some measurements and actually see how much bigger it is. I'm going to have a issue because I am really close to the power steering box, power steering pump I had to pull out. So we're going to see how that fits in. Hopefully I luck out and I can actually use this monster that I bought. I don't want to be out that money, but we'll see. I took some rough measurements on the 2 boxes. The new big bore box is roughly 1 inch taller this way. Same measurement this way. And about 3/4 of an inch to an inch taller this way. Up and down. There to there. Definitely way bigger. That's the intermediate shaft. Now, will it fit? This is the question. Pulled Carrie out here with me to try to put some bolts in while I try to lift this bad boy. It probably weighs 80 pounds. Well, it fits. I'm not sure I'm going to get a belt on there. I might have to put it on before I put the pulley, the power steering pump on. Geez, I don't know. That engine flexes at all. It's rubbing. I wonder if GM makes an undersized pulley. We're going to look that up next. I ended up getting one that's a little bit smaller. I will put the part number in the description. There's actually 2 to choose from. One is about almost 1 inch smaller and the other one's about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to try the inch smaller to begin with, and hopefully this gives me enough room. We're going to find out here. I'm going to pull this off and then try to put this back in place, which is super tight getting it by that gearbox. So anybody else that has the LS and trying to go to the big bore box, you know, trying to help you through some of these challenges. So I'll update you here in a second once I get that new pulley on and in place. Alright, something I will note real quick too, this new pulley does have holes in it, so that's going to be great if we ever have to change this power steering pump. Because right now they're behind here and you got to take this whole bracket off, which kind of sucks, especially for my situation. I'm sure that if you just have a stock LS, it's fine, you got room, but I'm really tight getting that out of there. I have to loosen the gearbox all but one bolt and get it to push out of the way as much as I can, and then it barely sneaks by. So, looking forward to that, I guess. So I got to press this new one on. So here it is, installed. Pressed all the way back. There's a little bit of shaft here sticking out where you don't really have that with this one, but it's kind of got a longer nose. But I think it's hopefully going to give me enough clearance. Maybe about 3/8 gained. Hopefully it's enough. So the smaller the pulley you go with, the hotter this pump gets. So definitely trying to keep this as large as possible with giving me the clearance that I need. So here's hoping. Well, there's our new pulley. And it doesn't, you might be able to fit a baseball card between there. This is the one that's just about 1 inch smaller. It actually kind of, when I'm spinning it, drags right there. Dragging, not dragging. So, take her all back apart again and go get the smaller pulley. Well, here goes try number 3. This third pulley. Got it all mounted up. Looks like that's our part number 300-201. I guess there's also a 202. That is a little bit smaller yet, and it's steel. This is plastic, so we'll kind of see how that holds up. Again, we're sticking out just a little bit past here. I had to stack some washers to get that to press on all the way. I did have a power steering pump under warranty, so I went ahead and just got that warrantied out while I had a ring apart, because I don't want to have to go through this again. This was a major pain in the butt. So see how this goes. I'll tell you how this fits. Hopefully we got clearance, and this will be the last time I'm saying this. Victory, finally. We have fitment. Pull this belt out of the way. We got gap, probably about 3/8, so that'll work. Now it's time to figure out what belt I need. So this is the belt that was on there. I think that means it's about 94 inches. So then I had this belt here, which is just a JK belt I had laying around. My wife suggested that would potentially be the right belt. It was close-ish. I basically just pinched the belt, ran around all the things, and pulled it up and pinched it and measured, and I had about 3 to 3.5 inches sticking up. So I decided I'd get a belt that was about 7 inches shorter than this, which I think is around 91.5. So I went up to the parts store and got this guy, and looks like 82.5 for this one. I put it on, it's really close. It fits all the belts without, all the pulleys without falling off, but I think I need about 1 inch less so I can get some tension on it. So I had to back up to the parts store to get a belt that's 1 inch less, fill this thing, and hook up a Fitment arm, which should be ready to go. So getting close. This has only taken forever. This is the longest job I think I've ever done. So I just wanted to share, this is the belt that ended up working, along with that power steering pulley 300-201, that's a dorman part number. Ended up with an 81 1/8 inch belt that fit this. It's got pretty good tension on it. So just charging the battery overnight, starting up, see how we do. Okay, you may notice a new battery. Reason for that, trickle charging this thing and almost set on fire. I'm going to make a little video about that, so check my other videos for that. But we finally got it in. the big bore box, figured out my pulley stuff, my belts, all that. So I'm going to fire it up and let you guys hear it run. So in the long run, here's what the clearance looks like. Turned out pretty good. Still just have to put my inner fender back in. I ended up running new hoses to my cooler, and just to kind of show you where my cooler is, this is actually my power steering cooler down here. Basically ran that underneath my bumper with a skid plate right here. That's made out of stainless, so hopefully it's a little stronger. But let's go ahead and get this Jeep finally started. This has been a long project, way longer than it needed to be.